Alright, here in Pinedale, trying to decide which shoe to take. Running shoe or a trail running shoe. You see, a little bit of difference, a lot more tread, more grip, not as much, much lighter, a little heavier. The upper on this one is much heavier duty than the upper on the running shoe. It's basically for road running. This also has a toe bumper. This does not have a toe bumper. Alright, we'll see which ones I choose. Should you backpack in running shoes? Well, I've done about 60 miles out here in the Wind River Range in Wyoming. And these are the Saucony Kinvara. They are definitely running shoes. Some bonuses of them is that, one thing I really like is they're super light. They dry out very quickly. I'll put the weight on the screen here shortly. And once they get wet, they dry out very quickly. It's very, very light. I mean, I was walking through the dew this morning. 5 minutes, I set them out just recently right now. 5 minutes later, took out the insoles, laid them out. They are already dry. They're also super comfortable. I usually bring sandals to wear in camp at night, but actually I've been preferring wearing these, a proper trail running shoe. So you do feel every rock, so you need to be careful where you place your feet. I would also not go off trail with these very often. I did a little bit, about 2 miles yesterday. They're okay, but they're not great. As you see, there's not much tread on there. There's no lugs, no traction. They are terrible in the mud. So the upper is not as sturdy as a normal trail running shoe or backpacking shoe. As you're starting to wear out here, these are fairly old. So they probably won't last too long. So would I take these on another backpacking trip? Yeah, probably. If I was only out for 3 days, 2-3 days, I'm only doing 30 miles or so. I think these are fine. I'm on a about 90-mile trip, 60 miles into it. But again, the benefits and bonuses are these are super light. They dry out real quick and ready to go. Also very comfortable to have in camp. I don't even wear my sandals. So there you go. Okay, sitting here in the hotel room after 87 miles hiking, backpacking in my running shoes. So what did I think? Well, as I said earlier, they're super light, they're good, they're not as durable. My feet got sore, usually after about 11 miles or so, because you're constantly flexing as it goes over the rocks. Another downside is there's no toe bumper here. You can see it's kind of wore away here. And then on this pair here, my left foot, you can see it's starting to tear away. And also on the right foot here. So these were not new shoes. I probably had over 600 miles of running in them prior to taking them out on this backpacking trail. So after running for a year, they get relegated to doing things like backpacking and also taking out in the field for work. So the difference between those and say, which I have my trail running shoes down here. Here, of course, see the lugs are much different. So this actually has more traction. This does not give good traction in the mud. Has more of a toe bumper up here, rubber thing. So if you have a habit of kicking rocks, like I do sometimes, this will protect your toes. As you see here, it's starting to wear away. The upper here is much thicker and stiffer than this one is, and that's why this one kind of tore away. Although I've had these shoes tear away too. These are the Saucony Paragons. I can't remember which model they are. But also the flex is much stiffer on this compared to, say, I do the same thing on here. It's so much easier. But then again, so much lighter, and I'll weigh them out and put the weights on the screen after this. But would I wear these again? Probably not on a 90-mile hike, backpacking trip with a 30-pound pack. But definitely I'd go for day hikes, and definitely an overnight or two if I have a small pack. It's like 20-25 pounds or so. But my feet at the end of the day were pretty sore, just constantly being moved around, feeling the rocks, hitting my foot, my heel. So I really paid attention to where I was placing my foot. But it was really nice having these super light shoes. And in camp at nighttime, I didn't take them off. They felt so good on my feet, better than my sandals. So yeah, that's the review.